Chapter 1. The Last City in what was once the Amazon rainforest, a sprawling metropolis of ice and steel rose from the frozen jungle. This was Erythra, the last bastion of human civilization. Built around a massive geothermal vent, the city was powered by the Earth's heat, its towering walls protecting its inhabitants from the icy wasteland beyond. But even Erythra was not immune to the cold. The geothermal energy was finite, and the city's leaders knew it was only a matter of time before the heat ran out. Desperation hung in the air, a silent undercurrent to every decision. Among the city's inhabitants was Dr. Ilara Voss, a climatologist who had dedicated her life to studying the Ice Age. Ilara was a woman of science, but even she couldn't explain the suddenness of the freeze. She spent her days in the city's research lab, analyzing data and searching for answers. One day, while reviewing satellite images, Ilara noticed something strange, a faint heat signature in the frozen north. It was weak, almost imperceptible, but it was there. Her heart raced as she realized what it could mean. A source of energy, perhaps even a way to reverse the freeze. Chapter 2. The expedition. Ilara presented her findings to the city council, but they were skeptical. The north was a frozen hellscape, and no one had ventured there in decades. But Ilara was determined. She argued that the heat signature could be their last hope, and after much debate, the council agreed to fund an expedition. The team was small but skilled. Alongside Ilara were Captain Marcus Hale, a hardened survivalist, Dr. Ravi Patel, an engineer, and Lena Torres, a biologist. They were given the best equipment Erythra could offer: thermal suits, ice-resistant vehicles, and enough supplies to last 6 months. As they prepared to leave, Ilara felt a mix of excitement and dread. She knew the journey would be dangerous, but she also knew it was their only chance. Chapter 3. The Frozen Wasteland. The expedition set out at dawn, their vehicles cutting through the icy terrain like knives. The world outside Erythra was desolate, a frozen wasteland stretching as far as the eye could see. The only signs of life were the occasional skeleton of a long-dead animal, its bones bleached white by the cold. As they traveled north, the team encountered numerous challenges. Blizzards forced them to take shelter for days at a time, and treacherous ice fields threatened to swallow their vehicles whole. But they pressed on, driven by the hope of finding the heat source. One night, as they camped in the shadow of a massive glacier, Ilara noticed something strange. The ice around them seemed to glow faintly, as if lit from within. She knelt to examine it, her breath forming clouds in the frigid air. "This isn't normal," she murmured. Lena joined her, her eyes wide with curiosity. "Do you think it's connected to the heat signature?" Ilara nodded. "It has to be. We're close." Chapter 4. The Icebound City. The next day, they reached their destination, a massive structure buried beneath the ice. It was unlike anything they had ever seen, its walls made of a strange metallic material that seemed to pulse with energy. The heat signature was coming from within. Using a laser drill, the team carved a path through the ice and entered the structure. Inside, they found a city frozen in time. The buildings were intact, their surfaces covered in intricate carvings and symbols. The air was warm, almost comfortable, and the walls glowed with a soft blue light. "This is impossible," Ravi whispered. "How could something like this exist?" Ilara felt a thrill of excitement. "This isn't just a city, it's a machine designed to control the climate." Chapter 5. The Ancient Machine. As they explored the city, the team discovered a central chamber filled with advanced technology. At its center was a massive console, its surface covered in glowing symbols. Ilara recognized some of them from her research. They were ancient, predating human civilization. "This isn't human," Lena said, her voice trembling. "It's alien." Ilara nodded. "Whoever built this, they knew how to control the climate. They must have used it to create the Ice Age." Marcus frowned. "But why? Why would anyone want to freeze the planet?" Ilara hesitated. "Maybe they didn't. Maybe something went wrong." Chapter 6. The Awakening. As the team studied the console, they accidentally activated it. The city came alive, its walls humming with energy. A holographic figure appeared before them, its features alien yet strangely familiar. "Greetings," it said. "I am the guardian of this facility. You have awakened the climate control system. What is your purpose?" Ilara stepped forward. "We didn't mean to wake you. We're trying to stop the Ice Age. Can you help us?" The guardian studied her for a moment before responding. "The climate control system was designed to maintain balance, but it was damaged long ago, causing the Ice Age. To restore balance, the system must be repaired." "How?" Ilara asked. "The damage is in the core," the guardian said, "but accessing it is dangerous. The core is unstable and the process could destroy the facility. And you." Ilara looked at her team. "We have to try. It's our only chance." Chapter 7. The Core. The journey to the core was fraught with danger. The facility's defenses, long dormant, had been activated, and the team had to navigate a maze of traps and obstacles. But they pressed on, driven by the hope of saving their world. When they finally reached the core, they found it in chaos. Energy surged through the chamber, creating bursts of heat and cold. The team worked quickly, using their skills to stabilize the core, but as they did, the facility began to collapse. "We have to go," Marcus shouted. Ilara hesitated. "Not yet. We're almost there." With a final push, they stabilized the core. The facility shook violently and the team barely made it out alive. As they emerged into the frozen wasteland, they felt a change in the air. The ice around them began to melt, and the sky cleared for the first time in decades. Chapter 8. A New Dawn. The team returned to Erythra as heroes. The Ice Age was ending and the world was coming back to life, but Ilara knew their journey wasn't over. The climate control system was still active, and humanity would have to learn to live in harmony with it. As she stood on the city walls, watching the sun rise over a thawing world, Ilara felt a sense of hope. The Ice Age had tested humanity's resilience, but it had also shown their capacity for change. The future was uncertain, but for the first time in years, it was bright. Epilogue. The legacy years later, Ilara became the leader of a new world. The climate control system was used to restore balance, and humanity learned to live in harmony with the planet. The Ice Age became a distant memory, a reminder of the fragility of life and the power of hope. And though the journey had been long and difficult, Ilara knew it was worth it. The world was alive once more, and humanity had a second chance. The end.